What if I told you there's a hospital in Tennessee where people claim you can hear babies crying, even when there are no babies there? And that's just the beginning. In South Pittsburg, Tennessee, there's an old hospital that has become one of the most talked about paranormal locations in the South. The old South Pittsburg Hospital opened its doors in 1959. For nearly 4 decades, people came here to be born, treated, operated on, and cared for. Then, in 1998, the hospital closed, and for years afterward, the building sat largely empty. And that's when the stories really began to spread. Former employees, visitors, and paranormal investigators have reported hearing footsteps in empty hallways, disembodied voices, doors moving on their own, and hospital equipment apparently shifting without anyone touching it. But one of the strangest reports comes from the 3rd floor. Investigators have described seeing a massive shadow figure. Some reports claim it stands nearly 7 feet tall. Some believe it resembles a surgeon, while others say it appears to watch them as people investigate. And then there's the nursery. People have reported hearing the unmistakable sound of a baby crying inside the abandoned hospital, even when there is no baby there. Imagine standing alone in a dark hospital corridor and suddenly hearing an infant crying somewhere behind you. You turn around. Nothing. No baby. No person. Just an empty hallway. And perhaps the strangest part, some of these stories reportedly came from people who worked in the hospital while it was still operating, not just paranormal investigators who came looking for ghosts afterwards. Today, the building has a second life as the old South Pittsburg Hospital Paranormal Research Center, where people can actually investigate the locations for themselves. And that means this isn't just a story about an abandoned hospital. It's a place where people are still walking those same hallways, still asking questions, and still claiming to hear something answer back. So the next time you hear a baby crying in an empty building, you might want to think twice before you go looking for the source. Because at Old South Pittsburg Hospital, you might not be the only one there. Remember, Lore Keepers, stay curious. Because every mountain, every holler, every town has a story. And some stories are still being whispered. And if Appalachian folklore has you wanting to hit the road, don't stop here. Download my free Ohio Legends road trip guide through the link in my bio and discover haunted landmarks, cryptid hotspots, and unforgettable places waiting just a drive away.